Hello and good day to each and every one of you, my dear pupils and subscribers of my channel, ang Classroom ni Mad Scientist, and welcome to this newest edition of Sir Dhex at your service. Okay, so before I continue, I hope that you're all doing fine and under God's blessings. And each time we wake up, we should never forget to pray and thank the Lord because of all the blessings that He has given us. Yun lang, magising tayo sa umaga, it's a blessing, di ba? At saka yung food that we have on the table, it's a blessing. Kaya there's so many reasons why we should be thankful or we should thank the Lord about. Okay po. So right now, this video is a follow-up of my previous content or my previous discussion last time, wherein we've talked about cause effect and problem solution relationship. However, for this part, we're going to focus on when to use the 7 coordinating conjunctions to connect two independent clauses to form a compound sentence. And I felt the need to do this and explain this thoroughly the best way I can, because I know that there are some of my pupils and some of our subscribers are confused and having a hard time deciding which correct coordinating conjunction to be used to connect those two independent clauses to form a compound sentence. You may encounter learning tasks or quizzes or exams wherein you have to put on the blank the correct coordinating conjunction. And since you don't know how or you don't know what to use, definitely you will get a wrong answer. Di ba po? So that's why I have this video to help you understand what appropriate coordinating conjunction to use for that particular compound sentence. So I'm inviting you again to join me and let's learn all together in this newest edition of Sir Dhex at your service. Alright, let's begin. In part 1, I've already introduced to you the 7 coordinating conjunctions. And these are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. And I taught you how to easily memorize those 7 conjunctions. We can call them fun boys. Okay? And these are used to connect two independent clauses to form a compound sentence. Again, a compound sentence is composed of two independent clauses, or in other words, two complete sentences, and connected by a coordinating conjunction. Alright? Now, let's examine this sentence. Nora put on a sweater, blank, it was cold outside. What coordinating conjunction do we need to complete this sentence? A. But, B. For, C. And, D. Or. And the correct answer is correct. Letter B. For. But the question is, why for? It is because for is used to explain a reason or purpose. So, class, the key for you to determine which coordinating conjunction is to be used to complete the compound sentence, you must first analyze the independent clauses. And in this case, what is the reason why Nora put on a sweater? What's the answer on that question? What is the reason why Nora put on the sweater? The answer is, it was cold outside. Therefore, we use for. Nora put on a sweater for it was cold outside. Okay? for means exactly the same thing as because. The only difference is that when you use for to join two sentences together into one compound sentence, you need to use a comma before it. When you use because to join two sentences, you don't use a comma before it. Always remember that. Next example. I drank some water for I was thirsty. So again, in this sentence, we use for. What is the reason why I drank water? The answer is, for I was thirsty. So class, remember whenever you see two independent clauses that state a reason or purpose, the coordinating conjunction to use to connect the two of them is for. Is it clear? Very good. Before we continue, if you have questions and if there are things that are still unclear to you, you can leave your comments below and I will try to answer your questions. Okay? Thank you. Now, let's move on to the next sentence. Alan was tired, blank, he had a headache. What coordinating conjunction do we need to complete this sentence? A, or, B, but, C, and, or D, nor? And the answer is correct again. It's letter C, and. And why did we use and? Because and is used if it adds one thing to another. And in this sentence, aside from Alan being tired, what is that another thing that he had? Yes, a headache. That is why we use and. Do you understand? So when a compound sentence shows that it adds one thing to another, we will use and. Here's another example. The boys are fishing and the girls are preparing the table. Here, we use and again because aside from the boys that are fishing, there is another thing that the girls are doing, which is preparing the table. Do you understand? Okay. Next sentence. He doesn't eat cake, blank does he eat biscuits. Here are the choices. A, or, B, so, C, yet, or D, nor. What do you think again is the correct answer? The correct answer is nor. Very good. He doesn't eat cake, nor does he eat biscuits. But again, the question is, why did we use nor for that compound sentence? Because nor is used if it presents an alternative negative idea to an already stated negative idea. Alright, so in our sentence, he doesn't eat cake nor does he eat biscuits. The sentence shows that he doesn't like both food at all. He doesn't like eating cake and he also doesn't like eating biscuits. Moreover, nor means also not, and nor requires unusual grammar. The first sentence will contain a negative verb. The second sentence will contain that looks like an interrogative affirmative verb form. An auxiliary verb, do, does, did, is, are, was, and were, or modal verb, could, or can, could, will, would, may, might, must, should, or be main verb is, am, are, was, and were comes after nor and before the subject. And then the main verb comes after the subject. So that's how you write the correct form of a compound sentence using nor. You can go back to that slide for you to read again how to write the coordinating conjunction nor, or how to form a compound sentence using nor. Here's another example. They were not wearing jackets, nor were they carrying umbrellas. This sentence is connected by the coordinating conjunction nor because they did neither of it. So class, meaning to say, whenever you see two independent clauses that show contradicting ideas or negative ideas, the coordinating conjunction to use to connect them is nor. Okay? I hope you're still enjoying our presentation for this day. And before I continue, I would like to greet all our pupils, parents, and my co-teachers from our school, Garita Elementary School. Hello po sa inyong lahat. Alright, let's move on. Here's the next sentence. Patricia was sick yesterday. Blank, she was able to take the exams. What do you think is the appropriate coordinating conjunction to complete the sentence? Here are again the choices. A, but, B, and, C, or, D, so. And the correct answer is letter A. Correct. Patricia was sick yesterday, but she was able to take the exams. Again, the question is, why did we use but here? The function of but is, it is used when it shows contrast. And our sentence obviously shows two contrasting ideas. One is, Patricia was sick yesterday, and the other is, she was able to take the exams. So, whenever a compound sentence has two contrasting ideas, we use but to connect it to the other. Is it clear? Alright. To simplify again, the key here is for you to really analyze carefully the two independent clauses. In this case, if whenever you see the first independent clause contradicts the second independent clause, therefore we use but to connect the two of them to form a compound sentence. Okay, I hope it's clear to you now. And class, let me add this, that yet, the other coordinating conjunction yet, has the same function as but. So if you're going to ask me, sir, can we use yet instead of but and vice versa? The answer is yes, as shown in this next example. Harold studied until morning, yet he didn't pass the test. Okay, in this sentence, instead of using but, we replace but with yet, but still, the concept or the idea is the same because yet also shows contrast. And what are those two contrasting idea or two contrasting ideas in this compound sentence? Harold studied until morning. So, nag-aral siya hanggang umaga. Yet, what's the result? Yet, he didn't pass the test. So, we use yet or we can use but in this compound sentence. Again, if you have any questions regarding what we're discussing right now, feel free to message me or leave a comment, and I will try my best to answer your questions. Thank you once again. Alright, so let's move on to the next sentence. Here it is. Joseph can buy a book, blank, he can borrow from the library. Choose the correct letter of the appropriate coordinating conjunction. The choices are A, so, B, and, C, yet, D, or. And the answer is yes, or. Joseph can buy a book or he can borrow from the library. Class, our sentence presents a choice or option for Joseph to do. Therefore, or is used when a sentence presents an alternative, a choice, or an option. So, my dear pupils, if you see two independent clauses that show options or choices, obviously, the appropriate coordinating conjunction to use to connect the two of them is or. Okay? So, let's see this another example. Mina can just stay at home to watch movies, or she can go with her friends to the mall. So, this sentence used or as its coordinating conjunction to connect the two independent clauses. Why? Because Mina has two choices. One is to just stay at home and watch movies, and the other is go with her friends to the mall. That's why we use or. Okay? Okay, class, we're nearing the end of our video lesson for this day. But before I discuss the last coordinating conjunction, at this point, I'd like to greet and say hello to my beloved principal, Ma'am Marilu A. Talgo. Ma'am, kamusta po kayo? Okay, so here is our next sentence. Justin played in the rain, blank, he got sick. What do you think is the appropriate conjunction? A, or, B, nor, C, so, or D, for? And the correct answer is so. Correct. Our sentence presents a cause and effect relationship. That's why we use so to connect the two sentences. Justin played in the rain, so he got sick. And during the part 1 of our video lesson, I've already told you that so is used to indicate effect, result, or consequence. And for our last sentence, Jane lost her favorite pen, so she bought a new one. This sentence, on the other hand, shows a problem-solution relationship that is also connected by so. Let's analyze the sentence again. What is the problem? Jane lost her favorite pen. And what was her solution? So she bought a new one. So the first sentence that we have just read a while ago showed a cause and effect relationship, and the second sentence that we have just read also showed a problem-solution relationship. So, class, I hope that the explanation and sample sentences for each of the coordinating conjunction will now avoid confusions and will now make it easier for you what conjunction to use during quizzes, wherein you must choose the correct conjunction to complete the compound sentence, or whenever you try to write a compound sentence yourselves. And that is my objective why I came up with this video, to help you, my dear pupils and my subscribers out there, to understand and analyze the compound sentence or those two independent clauses before putting the appropriate coordinating conjunction. Again, class, let me remind you that the key here is for you to read, understand, and analyze the two independent clauses for you to come up with the appropriate coordinating conjunction to connect those two independent clauses. Okay? Thank you. And to check what you've learned today, let's try this. Number 1, study your lessons well, blank you can get high grades. What is the answer? Number 2, working out is hard, blank it can make a person fit and healthy. What is the answer? Okay, number 3, Sheila doesn't like spaghetti, blank does she like pizza. What is the answer? Number 4, Solène will wear a blue dress, blank she will wear red. What is the answer? 5, Manfredo bought a new toy, blank it was his son's birthday. What is the answer? 6, the teachers are having a meeting, blank the pupils are busy doing their projects. What is the answer? And lastly, it's raining, blank it is hot. What is the answer? Alright, now it's time for us to check the correct answers. Number 1, so. Number 2, but or yet. Number 3, nor. Number 4, or. Number 5, for. Number 6, and number 7, yes or but. Did you get also the correct answers? Very good. Alright, so I hope that you enjoyed and you did learn a lot from today's presentation. And once again, I'd like to thank everybody for subscribing, for liking, sharing, and even disliking my channel. And also, I'd like to invite you to like our school's YouTube channel also at garitaes.ed, and my channel and Classroom ni Mad Scientist, and also our school's Facebook page, DepEd Tayo Garita ES Cavite City. And I hope to see you again in my next video lesson. Okay? Thank you and God bless you all. Once again, this has been Sir Dhex Urbana for Sir Dhex at your service, English edition. Bye-bye. God bless you all.